Bitcoin holders, prepare right now because in the next 24 hours, we're going to see a big move for the Bitcoin price. This is DC Trading. Hit the like button, subscribe right now if you want daily Bitcoin technical analysis as well as price prediction for this week. Let's get right into it. If we take a look right here on the 4-hour charts, we are forming an ascending triangle. This is a bullish pattern, but just recently today, we've seen the price of Bitcoin dip to 24,300, and it's right now out of this ascending triangle. It's still very early to tell if we are going to break to the downside and not validate this ascending triangle. It's still very early. We're going to find out tonight. Now, if we take a closer look at the MACD on the 4-hour chart, it's still selling, as you guys can see, which is a bad sign. Let's look at other time zones. Look at the 1-hour time. What do we see here as well? It's still selling on the MACD, as well as we are still forming this, ascending triangle, which is a bullish chart pattern. Now, as long as we stay above $24,000, this pattern, this chart pattern is still validated. Now let's look at the daily time frame. What do we see on the daily time frame? Well, we did have the MACD cross for a buy, but right now things are getting a little bit sketchy and I'm getting a little bit worried about the Bitcoin price. As you guys can see right here, we did break out of this ascending triangle to the downside, but it's still very early. Will this be a bear trap? We'll find out tonight. But on the other hand, right here, it looks like it's going to make another cross for a sell. If this happens, guys, expect a Bitcoin correction, but I'll explain that later on. Now, what are some reasons why we're seeing the Bitcoin price dip? Look at the S&P 500, guys. It's dipped because, a lot of experts are scared right now because they do expect that interest rates to hike for longer than expected. They're expecting the Feds to raise interest hikes longer than expected, probably heading into 2024. If this happens, that is a bad sign. And this is why right now the S&P is heading down. As you guys can see, we have this red candle, which I already said is an indicator that if we go down, that means the Bitcoin price will go down as well. Also, on the US dollar currency, there hasn't been really much of a move, but we did see a bounce around 103. The current DXY is sitting around 104. So this is very, very important to take a look at the number one indicator for Bitcoin, which is the DXY. Looking over here, what are some places where Bitcoin can go? Well, guys, if things go very well, as I said, we would see a Bitcoin price of around 25,200 to possibly 26,800. Those are the bullish scenarios. Those are my price prediction, the bullish price predictions for this week. Now, let's just say what happens if we break to the downside. Well, guys, right here, we do have some strong support around 23,300. We can definitely head below that. I want to make this very clear, guys. When I talk about Bitcoin being bullish, I will only be bullish on the Bitcoin price if we stay above $23,000. I already said this. I say this every single video. I'm bullish on the Bitcoin price as long as we stay above 23,000. Anything below it, well, guys, that means I'm not bullish on the Bitcoin price, and I do expect a big correction. Now, looking over here, those are some Bitcoin price predictions, 26,800. That's a bullish price prediction. Bearish is around 23,300. Now, looking over here at liquidations, what do we see? Well, 124 million liquidated, and let's take a look. 89% of them from long positions. Yes, a lot of people are getting liquidated because if we take a look, we did manage to bounce to this area of liquidity right here, and there was some money to grab. Now, as I said, guys, experts are coming out saying that they are worried that the U.S. stocks can sink 26% because, as you guys can see, this year Fed keep rates high. They're expecting to raise interest rates longer than expected because, as you guys know, in the previous CPI a couple weeks ago, it came out to 6.4, but it was expected to be 6.2, so it's going to be a little bit more sticky. So that means expect some longer time, expect the Bitcoin price to possibly head down because things are not looking good from a macroeconomics as of right now. Let's look over here now, guys, at the EMAs. What do we see? Well, this is the weekly candle. Right now, we did manage this week to touch around 25,000, which is the EMA 55. Very bullish, but now we got rejected clearly. Are we creating a double bottom? Well, guys, it will be validated in this next week candle. We do have about 5 days until the weekly candle closes. If we head down and touch the 22,800 or below 23,000, guys, expect to see another correction, and this will validate that. It will validate the double bottom. Pay attention to that. Now, if we take a closer look, guys, right here on the weekly time frame, what do we see, guys? Possibly a double bottom right here, or a double top, I should say, right here, 1 and 2. Are we forming a weekly double top? If so, guys, we're going to expect a major crash for the Bitcoin price, possibly lower than 15,500. This is why I'm telling you guys to pay attention to this week and next week for the Bitcoin price, because things are not looking bullish when you look at the DXY as well as the US dollar. US dollar looks to see another rebound to the upside, and the S&P 500 looks to make its way back down to this descending channel. If we break below that, guys, I'm telling you, very bearish, and expect some big correction for the Bitcoin price. We got to pay attention to this, guys. Are we going to follow this double top right here? Psychology of a cheat sheet. Sorry, guys, can't pronounce anything. But are we going to validate this, and are we going to head to lower prices for the Bitcoin price in this bear market? Well, guys, we will find out heading into March. With that said, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for daily technical analysis on the Bitcoin price as well as my price prediction. Make sure, if you already subscribed, turn on post notifications. Go check out this video right now because YouTube is recommending it. Very important. With that said, peace.